Does anyone else feel like they'll never be happy? But I think I'll be happy once I get there. All my life I dreamed of getting there, because there I could finally be happy, and all my life I hated it here. God, I am unhappy. Here everything is dark and grey, and I'm miserable and lonely. There's nothing great about here. But there, everything I ever dreamed of is real. And in those dreams I have here about there, I can almost feel it. The happiness, the joy, the coming home to peace, the hanging out with friends, loving life and escaping loneliness, the feeling of being worthy and loved, the finally being good enough. But I'm here, and here my reality is built from whatever they make nightmares of. And how do you escape a nightmare when you're wide awake and fully aware? But that's okay, I think, because I'll be happy once I get there, right? But to get there I need to escape where I am right now. So let's escape. To escape you have to know everything about your prison. Give it a name. You can call it loneliness, weight, abusive relationship, addiction, but I'm calling mine here. And now what does make here an unbearable prison? For me it's being stuck at home, having no money, no career, almost no social interactions besides with my family and my 2 friends who I love, but I rarely get to see them. I have no passions, I'm not doing any sports, and I'm not a successful millionaire like all those 20-year-olds I see online. And I wish I could say that ironically, but I do kind of mean it. They do make me feel like I'm a loser, and they have achieved so much more than I, and they are also younger than me. How come they're doing so well and I'm doing that bad? And then there's my belief system. I can't achieve my dreams, I can't do anything. That's what I believe. So this is my prison. And if you struggle with identifying what your prison exactly looks like, you can also start by describing what your dream life would look like, where you're free. And from that you'll get a better understanding of what is wrong now. Either way, you'll have to know both in order to break free. So now that we know what our prison looks like, let's see what freedom looks like. Let's give our freedom a name too. You can name it friends, dream body, independence, but I'm calling mine there. And now what does make there so liberating? Well, having my own place, abundance, a clear career path, meaningful relationships, a healthy and strong body, wealth, and having a belief system that says I can achieve anything I set my mind to. So now that we know where we are and where we want to end up, we have to figure out how to break out of our prison and achieve freedom. And while that seems like the hardest part, knowing what bothers you right now and how your life would have to look like for you to be more content is a very important step not many people even take. Most people will only complain. They don't change a thing and fall into depression. And maybe one day when they're 70 they wake up and realize they have wasted their life away, complaining and hating, and they grow bitter. So stop the video right now and write all of that down. What does your here look like? What does your there look like? Or your freedom and your prison, whatever you call them. Don't procrastinate, do it now. I'll wait. And now, well done. You have taken a very important first step. Before we continue, it's very important to note that even though we are the directors of our lives, not everything in this life is up to us. Some of the things that keep us in our prison may not be in our hands, like sicknesses or having a family that we need to take care of, but it is up to us to learn how to work with what we have. The saying where there's a will, there's a way exists for a reason. So if you don't see a way out of your prison, it's not that there's no way to escape it. It's just that your will simply isn't big enough yet. And if that is the case, you have to identify what exactly is holding you back. Are you simply scared? If so, realize that you don't have to wait until you're less scared. In fact, you'll only grow more scared over time. So today is the day that your fear is the smallest it will ever be. So why not take advantage of that and realize that you can do it scared? Something else that you can do is visualize where you will be in 10 years from now if you don't change a single thing. You'd be surprised how motivating that can be. And if you still struggle to believe that you can make it out of your prison, Google what the life path of people who achieved what you want to achieve looked like. Find someone who started out with a similar situation to yours. This will be a testimonial that you in fact can make it. Because if they did, you can too. And why am I telling you all this? You probably want to hear already how you can find a way out of your prison and finally achieve freedom. Well, the first step to finding a way is believing that you can. Even if your prison is your mindset and believing in yourself. You don't have to believe in yourself to believe that someone with low self-worth can find a way to become confident and self-assured. Everything you see, every house, every big business was created by people like you and me. You can achieve anything you set your mind to. And if you need someone else besides you who is cheering for you, let me be that person for you. So feel free to share with me what your prison and freedom looks like and how you plan to escape. I'd love to read that and I'm rooting for you. But first, once you are convinced that you can make it out, how do you find a way to escape? Let's look at where we are and where we want to get. By analyzing the difference between those two, you will be able to figure out a way. In my case, some of the points on my list can be solved with one thing: money. And this might even be the easiest of them to solve. I'm currently unemployed. I just graduated from university and the job market doesn't look too good. Well, at least in my field. By widening my horizon and looking for other job opportunities, I might just find something that may be not exactly what I imagined, but what I might still end up liking. The other things are a little harder to solve, like for example meaningful relationships. There are a lot of aspects that go into finding the right people and forming relationships with them. If you're interested about that, let me know in the comments and I can make a video about that. And same goes for the point about changing your belief system. Now imagine you put in all the work, and it might take you a couple of weeks, might be months or even years, and you have everything you wanted. And you look back at the time where you were miserable and you didn't like your life, maybe even yourself. How do you feel about all that time? Do you think you could have been happier despite being trapped in your prison? Because I've thought about that a while, and of course you should focus on escaping. But to what extent? Because what if all my life I dream of getting there, and every waking hour all my energy and thoughts flow into my dreaming, not into this life that I have now, that I just can't get myself to love? What if even just a quarter went into trying to love it here, even for just a moment, because I'm not even fully sure if I'll be happy there. But maybe if I spend a little bit more time being fully present here with you, I bet I could be happy here too. So, what you should have taken away from this video: you've identified your prison. You identified what freedom looks like. You've thought about ways to get there. And if you don't have any ideas, there are tons of videos online. Like for example, if money is a problem for you and you want a lot of money, there are millions of videos showing you how you can make money online, or how to get better in your job so that you can ask for a higher salary, or how you can change into another direction, like for example changing into another industry. And then in the end, you should also realize that you can't focus all of your energy into getting where you want to get. You need to also find ways to somehow enjoy where you are right now. Otherwise, you won't have even the energy to keep working, because you need to find happiness here and now too.